How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Real quickly, can you take a few minutes to talk about what Renee Montgomery has meant, not only to the
Mhm.
team, but you, and also how you try to fill her respective roles?
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. Like Renee is this took her a while. It took her a while to get to the point of retirement, which is very unusual for her because I can tell you going back to really the process of free agency when she came here, the first time I ever talked to her, we might have talked for well over 2 hours, and we just really hit it off. But I was a first time head coach in this league. I didn't know if that was normal or that's just what happens, because she was really my first free agent call in general. But it was amazing because she called me the next day and said, I'm going to sleep on it. And she called me, said, I'm coming to Atlanta. I mean, this was like, January free agency started January 15th and she said she was coming on the 16th, like it was just, she was very decisive, I used to joke with her because she would always say, I'm going to sleep on it and then I'm going to make a decision. And it's kind of how she proceeded. Like, I think she spent a lot of time and really was a fact gatherer and all those things. But the same thing happened, with her decision to opt out of the bubble this summer. She and I talked for well over an hour. We talked about how she was feeling, what she was thinking, all of that. And she called me the next day and said, I'm going to opt out. And I'm like, dang, that was fast. And she said, I told you I was going to sleep on it. And so I think this decision took a lot longer because I think the idea of, even though she has this amazing amount of momentum and she's done so much for the community and so much for voting and for the activism role and the Black Lives Matter movement, all these things that she's gotten herself involved in. And if people don't realize that the kid knows how to hustle, and I mean that in the most positive way, because she's been on every sports show, talk show, anything she can get on and talk about it, like she's done, and so she's certainly made a name for herself, not just now on the basketball floor. Like people, she did an amazing job of capturing the moment, of choosing to opt out and being that first player to do it and riding it. But it's all about, she's so willing to do the work so that she can answer questions, um, you know, eloquently and articulately. And, like she can only do that because she's done the work and she's studied, and whether it's voting suppression and, or anything like that, she's studied it the same way she would, opponent scouting report. And so that's why she obviously is beautiful and speaks well and is smart and all those things, but she's successful right now doing what she's doing because of the work ethic she has, and so I never doubted she was going to be successful doing whatever she chose to. I mean, I've said it before, she's the first player that said she was coming when I became a head coach and believed in me and believed in my vision. And so there's something like really special about that. When it comes to the basketball floor, I think, who she was, she had a lot of energy. She was vocal. She was certainly our captain and our leader and our loudest voice. She made a big difference in the turnaround between, before I got here in that 18 season where we won, 15, we were 15-2 down the stretch. And, I mean, I think, if she doesn't foul out in the final game 5 of the semis on a questionable call, like, we were maybe playing in the finals that year. And so, she's meant a lot to us. And I hope she's around a lot. I hope we find a way to connect the dots and have her be, because she lives in this community. And I think she and I have a good relationship. She has a good relationship with the franchise, and I think she kept it even really classy, in terms of what was going on with ownership, all summer she was talking about it. Like, I think there would have been a million different times when she could have taken a shot and she didn't. She understood the politics of the situation and really was always classy. So yeah, I don't know if there's any specific questions, ask me a specific question, but generally, I'm excited to see where she takes this. It's hard to not want to cheer her on regardless of what she chooses to do.